Hello, and we're going to be talking about dividing decimals by two-digit numbers today. You can follow along in your Think Up book, page 101. We're going to do a few problems together. This one being the first one, and we're going to be using UPSI. Cody's dog, Frisky, eats 242 and 4/10 pounds of dog food each year. To find how many pounds of food Frisky eats each month, Cody writes the following steps. 242 divided by 242 and 4/10 divided by 12. He broke it apart to 240 divided by 12 plus 2 and 4/10 divided by 12. So he broke apart the 242 and 4/10. If you added those two parts together, they would equal the 242 and 4/10. So which equation could Cody use to finish solving the problem? First, let's look at what we understand about the problem. The dog eats 242 and 4/10 pounds each year. How many pounds each month? Which steps Cody should follow? Okay, my plan, I know, okay, 12 months equals 1 year. 242 and 4/10 divided by 12, break it apart, and then divide the parts. Okay, I'm going to solve. So 240 divided by 12 equals 20. 2 and 4/10 divided by 12 equals 2/10. So if I add those two parts together, 20 and 2/10, that gives me 20 and 2/10. So my answer is reasonable because when breaking it apart to divide it made it easier to divide by 12 mentally, because I know that 24 divided by 12 equals 2. Then just use the place value to help place the decimal. So that gives me the answer C. Okay, our second problem, again with UPSI. Alina raised $95.70 to purchase books for the library. She plans to purchase 15 books. And if each book costs the same amount, to find the cost of each book, Alina completed the steps shown. Which is true of Alina's solution? So first, again, understand the problem. She has $95.70 to buy books, plans to buy 15 books, and each of those costs the same amount. We want to know what the cost of each book is, and then we're going to follow her steps to find out which is true. We're going to compare our steps to her steps. Okay, so my plan is 1, to divide $95.70 by 15 until I reach a zero remainder. 2, compare the steps I took to Alina's work. 3, check my work and find the true statement. Okay, so when I divided, I got 6 and 38/100. So when I checked my work, I multiplied 6 and 38/100 by 15 to see if I got $95.70. And I did. So each book cost $6.38. Okay, so now we're going to compare our problem to hers. So if we look, so F, she incorrectly divided 120 by 15. Okay, no. Alina incorrectly placed a decimal point in the quotient. Maybe. It looks like it, but maybe. Let's finish reading the other choices first. Alina made a subtraction error in the computation. No, 95 minus 90 is 5, and 57 minus 45 is 12. So, and 120 minus 120 is correct. So her subtraction is wrong. So Alina's answer is correct. No. Okay, so we go back to G. Okay, my answer is reasonable because Alina did not correctly place the decimal. It should have gone straight up and down aligned with the decimal in the dividend. Also, there are 2 places after the decimal in the dividend, so there should be 2 places after the decimal in the quotient. So Alina incorrectly placed the decimal point in the quotient. Also, think about this. If she spent a total of $95.70, would it make sense for each of those 15 books to cost $63.80? Let's go on to the next problem. Okay. A box of 24 pretzels weighs 14 and 88 ounces. How many ounces does one pretzel weigh? Okay, so before we go on, I want you to pause this and do the work in your book. Okay, now that you're back, let's check the steps. 1 box equals 24 pretzels. 1 box also weighs 14 and 88 ounces. So 24 pretzels equals 14 and 88 ounces. How much does 1 pretzel weigh? Okay, so my plan is to divide 14 and 88 by 24, and then I will check my answer. Okay, when I divided, I got 62 hundredths. When I checked my answer, I multiplied 62 hundredths by 24 and got 14 and 88 hundredths after placing my decimal. Okay, so my answer is reasonable. Each pretzel weighs 62 hundredths ounces after you divide 14 and 88 hundredths by 24. Okay, now it is your turn. Bye.